Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend. And I've got some news to share, and this is probably going to be more of a personal style video, but I've got a lot of changes coming up in my life, and I wanted to share those with you all, as a lot of it has to do with cruising. Now, there are some good goodbyes that are going to be happening, and there are some bad goodbyes that are going to be happening. But on the up and up, whenever there's a goodbye, there's always a hello or something that comes afterwards. So which one do you want first? Do you want the good goodbye or do you want the bad goodbye first? I'll give you the good goodbye first, or at least in my opinion, this is a good goodbye. So as most of you know, I've been living in Fort Lauderdale since about 2017. I moved down to be closer to the ships. And Fort Lauderdale hasn't really been my place. For whatever reason, I've just never really felt like it is my place. So I am saying goodbye to Fort Lauderdale. However, I'm going to be saying hello, Miami. So I am super excited to be moving down to downtown Miami. It has been a dream of mine for several years now. And I am super excited to be moving into downtown Miami. I am really looking forward to having a lot more culture, public transit, a more international crowd. A lot of great things are, really I'm looking forward to in Miami. And it is a change of pace, it's a change of scene, and it's even closer to the cruise ships, something that I always appreciate. My new place is actually gonna be overlooking the cruise port. So it's gonna look at Bayside Market and then go straight to the cruise port. So how could I say no to this? If I'm not on a cruise ship, at least let me look at them when they're in port. So I am super excited for this, new welcome or new hello into Miami. Even though it means I'm saying goodbye to Fort Lauderdale, I'm really okay with that, and I am very excited to be heading down to Miami. So the bad goodbye. I am actually gonna be saying goodbye to Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas. Now, as many of you know, this has been my home ship for a long time now. So since the restart, just to give you some numbers around this, since July 16th of 2021, I have been on Freedom of the Seas for 32 of her sailings. That is about 103 nights that I have spent on board, and this is my last weekend with Freedom of the Seas. So since I've been on here literally almost 1 out of every 4 days since the restart, you can see why this is my home. I have made tons of memories here, from meeting some of you all. Some of my best friends come on this ship often, and it has been a wonderful time. But I would be remiss if I did not thank the crew on board Freedom of the Seas. You all might not know this, but the weekend cruise, I honestly believe, has the best crew in the entire fleet right now. So with that, I just want to acknowledge a few different teams and a few different groups who have really gone above and beyond to make my time here on Freedom of the Seas extremely rememberable. So starting out with the Diamond and Suite Concierges, we've had several of those, and they are all wonderful people. Even though some of you are on different ships now, I still enjoy keeping up with you, and certainly love the ones that are here today as well. My team down in Cafe Promenade, you know exactly what I want to drink. I don't know if it's just that unique, but you've got my iced Americano with 4 shots of espresso and a little bit of skim milk waiting for me when I am coming in. So thank you. I know you work really long hours and wake up super early, but you are always so perky and so nice when I go down there. It is a pleasure to see you all first thing in the morning, because I don't like to see a lot of people first thing in the morning, to be honest. To the staff in the Windjammer and the main dining room, the assistant waiters, and head waiters, you all have made this a wonderful cruise. I know the main dining room can get crazy, especially on the first night, but it is always a pleasure to be served by all of you. I've got to know many of you, even get to request my favorite waitstaff every now and again, and it is very awesome to be able to hang out with you and to get to know you all better as well. To the bar staff aboard Freedom of the Seas. Now, my drink of choice is not one that is easy to come by on the ship. It's one that they actually have to work to keep in stock, even though I'm the only one who drinks it, probably one of the reasons. It's very tough for me to actually come by and find, so I always appreciate when you all go above and beyond to make sure that you know that I'm coming. It's a weekend, and so you want to make sure that Brandon is well taken care of. I appreciate that. I get to hang out with you all a lot too. We have tons of mutual friends because we all go to the same kind of bars on board, but it is a great time to be able to get to know you, learn about your families as well, learn about what's going on in your life, and get to know you, and call many of the crew members here personal friends of mine. Even though there's a guest and crew relationship, which we absolutely respect, I am very fortunate to feel like many of you are my friends. To the ice team here on Freedom of the Seas and the singers and dancers. And again, this is a place where the Weekend Cruise has absolutely the best ice skating team and the singer and dancer production team right now. I go to other ships, guys. I get to see what else is out there. Even though I come here a lot, I get to go to other ships and I see the other teams. And I'm not saying that they're bad, but I'm just saying that the team here is extremely good. So if you are coming to Freedom of the Seas, make sure that you are going over to the ice show, as well as to Once Upon a Time or Marquee if you're here for a 4-night sailing, to check out the groups. The teams are absolutely fantastic and you're going to be blown away. So it is because of all of you that I honestly believe that Freedom of the Seas is the best ship in the fleet, and I am a bit heartbroken. I'm making this video in my room because I was scared that I was going to tear up a little bit, because I do hate to leave Freedom of the Seas. It has so many great memories here for me. And I'm going to miss you all. So thank you for everything that you've done. But with any goodbye, let me switch into a positive topic now. With any goodbye, there is always an amazing hello that is right behind it. And I am super hopeful for Liberty of the Seas. So my new home ship is going to be switching over to Liberty of the Seas. As many of you know, we are hosting the Weekend Cruiser group cruise on January 27th, 2023 on Liberty of the Seas out of Fort Lauderdale or Port Everglades. So this ship is currently a lot closer to my home. Many of you know that I book sailings probably about a year out. Right now I'm playing more of a short-term game on booking those, but traditionally I'm booking about a year out for all of my cruises. And when they put Freedom of the Seas up in Port Everglades, I was super excited. I booked a lot of them because it's closer to my home, it's an easier commute, and it makes a lot of sense. And so I know that there'll probably be people from Freedom that have transferred over to Liberty. I know that I'm going to see people there. And if not, I'm going to go ahead and start building some of those relationships, building some of those amazing memories on Liberty of the Seas, hopefully, just like I did here on Freedom of the Seas. It is one of the great things about staying with the same cruise line, and a lot of people ask, why am I loyal to Royal? It's because when I do change ships or go somewhere different, I'm still going to know some people there. So even though it's not going to be like coming home to Freedom of the Seas, my new home is going to take a little bit of time to get into and get to know the people, get into the routine. But I will absolutely be seeing people that I know. A lot of my friends here on Freedom of the Seas are actually going to be going up to these new weekend cruises out of Fort Lauderdale as well. So super excited to start making some memories there. However, the interesting thing here is I'm also moving to Miami now. So the best laid plans sometimes don't seem to work out. So I did not know that I was going to be moving down to Miami when I booked these cruises. But alas, it's a little bit difficult to change cruises and there's all sorts of fees that may come with that. And so I'm now going to be commuting up to Fort Lauderdale to get on Liberty of the Seas when, Freedom of the Seas is literally going to be out of my window every single Friday. I'm going to be looking at it and I'm going to have to drive up to Fort Lauderdale. But the good news, I'm only going to have to do that for a period of time. So Liberty of the Seas is only going to be doing 3- and 4-night sailings, the weekend cruise as I like to call it, through, I think it is May of 2023. So I will be coming back to Freedom, so don't worry, I'm not gone forever. But I will be over on Liberty of the Seas starting in, I think my first cruise is actually in December. November with the move is a little bit tricky for me. But starting in December all the way through May, I'm going to be on Liberty of the Seas just about every weekend with a few sailings thrown in there on Vision of the Seas. But I really look forward to continuing this channel, giving you all more in-depth reviews of cruise ships such as Liberty of the Seas. And then I'll be coming back here to Freedom of the Seas once again. All right, everyone, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, saying goodbye to, saying goodbye to Freedom of the Seas and to Fort Lauderdale. Hope to see you on a weekend cruise soon.